Welcome to FOBtv, the future of business. I want to thank each of you for joining us today. I'm very excited to have as my guest today, Nadia Vincent. Thanks for joining us, Nadia.
Hello, Kevin. Thank you very much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
And congratulations to being recognized as a top 10 thought leader around digital transformation.
Thank you very much, and I hope that will help me to serve more people who can benefit knowing and understanding digital transformation better.
Absolutely. Now, why don't you share with us, where are you calling in from this morning?
I am calling from Brussels, Belgium now. So it's a cloudy day, but still warm for Brussels, which is known for being a rainy city. So.
Absolutely. So how have you adjusted to life under COVID-19?
COVID-19 is something special because I knew there was a digital tsunami coming. That's what I call it, a digital tsunami. Some radical change that will force us to go full digital and not partially industrial, partially digital. And at the end of last year, I had an interview with Thinkers 360 who asked me some of my predictions for 2020. So I said that I expect there will be a digital tsunami, but I will never guess or expect it to be a virus. I was expecting some big innovation that will change how we do business and force people really to adopt digital transformation. But my goal this year was really to travel around, meet more people to help them understand the opportunity in digital transformation and the risk for them if they do not transform their business or the organization. But unfortunately, COVID-19 didn't even leave me the time to travel. So I've been adjusting, serving people online. Well, I had my platform, everything technologically ready for that. Just the interaction is different, but in one way, COVID-19 push people to adopt digital transformation that I do not have to ring the bell much more, and they understand more, or they are searching for it now instead of me calling them all the time to say, what shall would you have to transform your business? So that's the change at the moment, and we are adjusting to it.
So I was looking at the technologies that had the greatest upsurge in usage during COVID-19 pandemic here, and it was like telemedicine, it was webinar formats or web conferencing formats, it was mobile apps, it was all these things which were designed to encourage digital interactions in the absence of physical interactions. So that was really interesting. I went down the whole line of the top growth technologies, and they are all around how do we continue to be humans and talk to humans, but without being contagious to each other.
Yes, effectively. That gives the word digital all its meaning. People understand it better because, especially digital transformation, that was a buzzword. And digital has become a buzzword as well. And it was since like 20 years ago. But I think people get a better understanding of it, and they are trying, especially now, because now what is happening, most of the innovations for the coming years are happening now because people are constrained to think. For example, if they cannot open their business now and they need to survive, or whatever the risk it is, they have to find way around it. And that is forcing people to think out of the box, to suppress the box completely. And that's where the innovations are happening. And then you say about the technology you've been searching for. And people are discovering more and more digital technologies. The creative ones will see how to assemble them, being creative, not just the technology, but as well bringing the strategies and to innovate. And that's how we are shaping the digital future that is happening.
So before we jump into more of the interesting discussions around digital transformation, Nadia, why don't you share a little bit about your background with our audience?
Okay, I have both a business and technology background. Actually, I've been a business major looking for something more tangible to develop in business, and then I was studying food science. But then I was taking some computer classes. I was in Oregon at that time, and then discover technology seems to be fun. Then I decide if I'm doing business, I won't do it without technology, and that's when I studied technology as well. So I have I had double major, business and technology, and I have worked for the last 20 years internationally, but mostly in Europe for international global company, Fortune 500 organizations. And the last 20 years, Europe has changed a lot. You see, there was the 2000 bug. Well, which didn't happen. But then soon after, they had the euro currency and all the transformation that's been happening. So I've been very involved in transforming those organizations here in Belgium. And the funny thing is that I've realized most of program I had to lead, they were change and transformation program, and they were the projects that nobody wanted because they were challenging, people didn't accept them. And myself, I loved them and I was learning, they were more challenging. So I've spent the last 20 years doing that. And then uh, lately, I've decided to change to an advisory role, mostly because I've been a consultant. I've been implementing, really. I've been coaching, implementing, uh, teaching, but I've been rescuing so many transformation projects, and I've developed my own method on how to succeed with them. And I realized that I will be more helpful in an advisory role, in a coaching role, because then I can help more organization, more people make sense of digital transformation and take advantage of it. So that's what I've been doing for the last 20 plus year. And also I've been contributing to project managers, to PMI, as a coach, as a trainer as well. So both my business and technology background had helped me to have a different view on transformation, because I didn't just see the technology, because most of the time I was on the technology part implementing, but it is the relationship with the business, because I also had a business point of view. And other time I was on the business side who should receive from the technology side. So I've been working on both sides, and it's true that before, business and technology were not that integrated unlike now.
Yes.
And a very rich experience where I have learned a lot from that. And then later on, I'm a continuous learner. So after 10 years of experience, what I did was I did an MBA where I combined both my IT skill and my business skill, where I specialized in global project and program management. And lately, I've joined MIT, where I go under continuous executive program, where I'm learning more about innovation strategy, really the latest technology, and stay up to date and innovative with what's happening. That's my background and
All right.
experience.
Nadia, thank you for sharing that. So you and I have been in the business for some time now. We've been talking about digital transformation for probably over a decade. What is left? What are some of the big challenges that companies still face after all this time around digital transformation?
Okay. One of the major challenge that I see that organization face today, it's still about people.
Mm.
It's still about people, and to make it simpler, is that digital transformation is being led most of the time by the CIO, the IT, and this is wrong. Digital transformation should be led first by the business in collaboration with the CIO, the technology part, really giving the most insight. But it should not be the CIO role, because what's happening is that the CIO is transforming the technology. You're doing a great job, but it's not led by the CEO. It's not the full organization that is in view. Sometimes the strategy, digital strategy, is not complete, it's partial. Sometimes it is being implemented, it's not that transformative, it's more a change, you see. And the worst part is that the CIO is not responsible for the whole organization. The people, the individual transformation is not taken into account, while all the organization is being impacted by the transformation. What we need is for executive CEO to take the lead of digital transformation in collaboration with the CIO, best the CIO, and the CIO will be able to invest more time in learning more about digital technology and bring more technology insight and help with the business vision.
Beautiful. What are the biggest challenges you think are still in the way for most companies? Is it the people? Is it the wrong person in the organization, as you just brought up? Or are there other mindset challenges that are preventing successful implementations?
Okay, so we just talk about the mindset, which is the individual transformation that needs to happen. There is another big challenge, is the vision, which is still in relation with what I said, that it's the CEO that should be leading. Many organizations are transforming, but they are not reinventing their businesses. They need to review the vision for the digital age, and not the vision for the industrial age, for the offer partially digital, partially industrial age. They need to consider the vision for the new digital age, see new opportunity, reinvent their business. It will be the same thing with the ROI. If they are looking for ROI that is based on the industrial age, that means they undermine the potential for the organization. They need to really look fully at the digital age, see what are the opportunity, what's the potential for the organization, what's the vision, the new vision for the organization. And based on that, they can decide where they want to position the company, where they want to go. And with that, they can transform the organization toward that goal. The challenge we have is that we have some transformation that are too partial. They do not bring significant ROI with that, because it was, the strategy, the vision was incomplete.
When you look at businesses today, and you're talking to businesses and you're talking to leaders, when they ask you, Nadia, where do I start? We've went through an exercise. We see dozens of areas, or maybe even hundreds of areas, that we need to digitally transform. But where do we start? How do we prioritize all these projects? What's your advice to them?
Okay. It depends where they are, because every businesses are at different places today. So what I do is that I give them first assessment for them to see where they are, what they have in terms of resources, what they have already implemented, because if they've already done some progress, we don't want to reinvent the wheel or neglect. Sometimes they may need just a small shift, a small correction. So it's based on this assessment to really see where they are, what's holding them back. The worst is when they do not have the right vision, because it's really starting over. But we try to make it go fast for them, because transformation takes time. But now, with the COVID-19, what I say to organizations, they don't have that much time anymore. They need to act fast, because what's going to happen the end of this year or next year, many companies will disappear. Many companies will disappear. And those who were waiting for the COVID-19 to pass, maybe they have enough resource to go buy for maybe 7-8 months, and they are thinking the market is going to pick up and they do business as yesterday, but they are going to face something else. They are going to face a competition that they were not prepared for, because while they are sitting waiting for situation to come back to normal like they know a new normal, many other companies were innovating. So customers will have more choices, more opportunities, and you better have a right proposition, a better offer on the market, because otherwise your client might go to the competitors. So innovation is very important now.
Nadia, thank you for sharing all those insights with us. Last question for you. What are the emerging technologies, business trends, and strategies that have got you most excited about this next year?
I am very excited about the use of artificial intelligence in our business, not artificial intelligence as it is, but as a new business intelligence. It is collaboration between the human and the machine, and that people understand that machine is not suppressing human, but a collaboration between the human and the machine. That's what gives the best result. And many innovations are happening with artificial intelligence in different sector of artificial intelligence in all domains, and especially with all the losses that we experienced with COVID-19. uh, People before were asking whether or not they should use artificial intelligence. Now they will realize that they do not have a choice, because if they choose not to use it, they are leaving their business behind. So there is a need for people to understand how they can collaborate with the machine, be more effective, be more productive. And I am really looking forward to that, to see all the new innovations that are happening. It's not perfect, artificial intelligence, and that's why the human intelligence is necessary still. And both of them working together, that's what provides the best result.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you for dedicating this time on the end of the work week to spend time with us here in the around the world, actually, and sharing your knowledge and insights. Thank you so much, Nadia.
Thank you very much to you, Kevin.